do a bit of a review lesson today. Our lesson is focusing on area and problem solving. So two things we have already discussed, which is nice. It's nothing brand new. So word problems, we know about those. And area, we've already talked about. Who can raise their hand and tell me what you remember about area? Area. Surnay, what do you remember about area?
It's like length times width.
Okay, so Sawyer and Cooper, I don't know if you heard what she said, but she said area is like length times width. That to me is how you find area. That's a strategy. So thank you. Good. That's good you know that. But what is area? What am I trying to find, Sunny? What am I trying to find out?
They're trying to find how long the side of a shape is.
That to me sounds a little more like perimeter, the distance around a shape, which we will talk about. Area is not actually just the side lengths. Max, what is it?
The total you're trying to figure out.
Total what?
Squares.
The total squares we're trying to figure out. The space inside. Thinking about a house, if you were a builder, you were working for Home Depot, you would be dealing with area a lot when you're selling tile and carpet and wood flooring, because you need to know how much space there is in a room that you need to cover. So we're going to try to solve some real world area problems today, and this is a strategy that you'll need to know as well. You will be able to find the area of a rectangle. We're going to look at rectangles by tiling and solving area word problems. Before we do that, remember we know all of these facts except for now 6, right? Think we have learned, and my smart ink is appearing today. Somebody loves me. We have learned all of these. We even did our 6s yesterday. So now we're down to
7, 8.
just 6 left that we have not done yet. We have not done those, but all of these we have discussed. So yesterday I gave you a little chant. Does anyone remember the 6 times 8? You remember it, Haley Bunker?
6 and 8 went on a date. They didn't come back till they were 48.
6 times 8 equals
48.
6 and 8 went on a date. They didn't come back till they were 48. 6 times 8 is
48.
48. We're going to look at our silly riddles. Yeah. You're welcome. So here are some that are kind of tricky, but these riddles should help us. We added a couple. So we have this one we thought was very silly because we've never heard of a $36 lucky bill. But if it helps us learn our facts, we'll take it. 9 times 4 equals 36. So the 9 looks like a what?
Lollipop.
With a 4-leaf clover on it on a $36 bill. Let's say it 2 times. 9 times 4 equals 36. 9 times 4 equals 36. Excellent. I like this one. I think this is really helping me memorize it. It's funny. 8 times 4 equals 32. 8 times 4 equals 32. And I'm just going to go through them because we know the riddles now. 3 times 7 equals 21. 3 times 7 equals 21. So I see some of you at home are saying these. Thank you. If you are not, I want to encourage you to do so, because when you say it, it helps get in your brain. You hear it, you look at it. We just want to get these facts memorized. So if you can stay muted, but say them out loud. There's nobody around you. 4 times 4 equals 16.
16
4 times 4 equals
16.
times 4 equals 24. 6 times 4 equals
24.
9 times 3 equals 27. 9 times 3 equals 27. 3 times 8 equals 24. 3 times 8 equals 24.
24.
Thank you. 6 times 3 equals
18.
6 times 3 equals 8.
18. 6 times 3 equals 18.
4 times 3 equals 12. 4 times 3 equals 12. And
4 times 3 equals 12.
For a tree that gives me a dozen eggs, but I haven't seen it yet. All right. I think I'll keep those right there. So another thing I've been working with some of the students in class on is using the nines trick for division. So Mrs. Harrison, have you done that at all? Have you had to? So I want to show you just another example. So these nines are really nice. We can figure them out using that nines trick. But when we get a problem like 45 divided by 9 equals what? How do we figure that out? That is a little tricky, but I think you guys can learn it, because now you seem to have a hold on using the multiplication nines trick. How do you use that for division? If I wanted to figure out 45 divided by 9, Josh, what would I do? So you are taking the dividend and making the dividend with your fingers, which I can't put my finger flat, sorry. So if I make it look like 45, 1, 2, 3, 4, because there's a 4 in the tens place, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the ones place. This says 45. If I'm dividing, if my divisor is 9, I can use this trick. I just have to figure out what finger I put down. Josh, which finger did I put down? He says fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 45 divided by 9 would equal 5. What if I wanted to know what 36 divided by 9 equals? What could I do? Charlie, what do you think? Charlie Carr? How could I use that nines trick to figure out 36 divided by 9? What should I do with my fingers? If I put my third finger down, I have 27 as my dividend. And I want my dividend to show 36. How many fingers should I have on the left? How many are in my tens place? So I have to count 1, 2, 3 for my tens, and then put my finger down and make sure I have 6 ones on the right. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So does that show 36 for my dividend? And the divisor is 9. Now I got to figure out what the quotient is. How am I going to figure that out, Charlie? What do I got to find out about this finger? I got to know which finger I put down, right? How do I do that? Okay, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the answer? 36 divided by 9 is 4. So you can, and my fingers hurt from all of that. You can use that nines trick for your division, not just for multiplication, as long as your divisor is 9. I feel like a lot of you are getting stuck on these nines divisions with 9 as the divisor. So see if you can use that strategy. Try it out. And I think that might help. All right. Speaking of, today was our time test.
I'll be out in like an
If
hour.
you did not get a chance, Astria, Ben, Charlie V, Clara, Robert, Henry, and Gavin, if you could, after math today, get on Web Math Minute and take your 5-minute multiplication division time test. Use those strategies to help you. Today was time test day. You'll have another one on Friday. So that was at noon. So if you have done it since then no worries.
Miss
I
Alvin,
did it.
Miss Alvin, I did it too.
Me
Do you
too.
know what time, Ben?
I did it this morning. Yeah, I did it this morning.
So you probably forgot to log in with WJBenB, WJES333. And that's what happens. Sometimes when it doesn't register, if you don't sign in, it will say at the top where it says online, sign in, all of that good stuff. It'll let you take a test even though you did not sign in.
I'm looking at it right now.
So she does not have it. But don't worry about that right now. She just wanted me to mention it. And since we were going over some strategies, I thought now would be a good time. So we talked a little bit about what is area and how do we find it. I put some pictures up here of some real life situations of area. I think you need to know the area. If you're gonna replace the wood on your deck, which I would love to do, if you're gonna carpet a bedroom, tile a bathroom or a kitchen, that is when you need the skill of finding area. Okay, so let's continue. And we're gonna watch this real quick to remind us.
How to find the area of a rectangle. Area is the amount of space inside a flat shape. It's important for everyone to know how to find it. Adults need to find the area of a room to buy the right amount of flooring, and you need to know it in school to ace your test. The first shape we work with in school is a rectangle. Area is measured in square units. So let's divide this rectangle up into square units and find out how many it has. 5, 10, 15. 15 square units. We have 3 rows of 5. 3 times 5 is 15. The quickest way of finding the area of a rectangle is to measure 2 adjacent sides and multiply those numbers. These sides are next to each other, so they're adjacent. We call them length and width. So the area of a rectangle is length times width. If we're finding the area of this rectangle here, we could carve it up into little squares and count all of those. But that would take a long time on a big rectangle. Instead, it's always much quicker to multiply length times width to get the area. On our rectangle, length is 10 meters and the width is 7 meters. Area is length times width, so 10 times 7 is 70. 70 what? The diagram shows us the measurements are in meters, so we have to put that in our answer. area is 70 m for meters squared. The little 2 superscripted up here stands for squared. It makes sense because we measured in 2 dimensions, length and width. Here's one last rectangle. The length is 10 centimeters and the width is 4 centimeters. Area is length times width, so 10 times 4 is 40. The area is 40 centimeters squared. Always use that unit of measurement, squared, in your answer. If you forget to, you will lose marks. And if by some chance you are not given a measurement unit, you write units squared instead, and you make sure of full marks that way. So let's review. To find the area of a rectangle, multiply 2 adjacent sides, length times width. Put the unit of measurement and show it as squared. Now it's over to you for some practice. And when you're ready for more on area, click here to learn about finding.
Okay, so just another voice, another person telling you about area. And now we're going to do a little practice, like she said. So you should have brought your math spiral. I am going to create some rectangles. In your spiral, I want you to write what you think the area of the rectangle is and be ready to explain how you found your answer, because we've talked about different ways of finding area. Okay, so here's your first one. So I'm going to have multicolored tile floor. More than just one. Don't write it yet. Okay, I will. I'm done. Go ahead and find the area of this special rectangle. When you know the area, and we are actually, just so you know, these are 1 inch tiles, so our unit is inches. So you will say the area equals blank, SQ for square, because they're squares, IN for inches. Unit is in inches, and I can write that in black. What is the area? Remember, area is the space within the sides. You don't actually have to draw it. You just need to have the area. You can have the equation. Don't forget the square, SQ. It's not just inches, right? It's square inches. I see a lot of inches there. We're just if you can put, so you don't need to draw it. I just want you to write the equation or the answer. All right, let's hear from Jensen. Be ready to share. What did you get and how do you know?
I got 4 times 4 because I counted fours, well, the 4 squares on the top and 4 squares on the right or the left. and then it's 4 times 4 equals 16.
So he said you get 4 squares of going across and down. So if you know area equals length times width, you should have done area equals 4 times 4, and you could get what? 16 square inches. However, there is another way, Gabe, of finding that. If you did not do 4 times 4 equals 16, how else could you find that area? But how else, besides that, how else could I tell you how many of these square 1-inch tiles I need to cover this rectangle? Just count them, right? You could have counted. Did anybody in here count them? Good job. And how many of you did both to make sure your answer was right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Area is the space within. Okay, let's try another one. There you go. Go for it. So now we're going to do a different one. Write the area when you know it. I love seeing square inches as you're labeling your units. You even remembered the SQ this time. SQIN. Abbreviation for square and abbreviation for inches. If you use counting as your strategy, now, since you have another minute, can you see if you can write the equation, the multiplication equation to go with it? Okay, Evie, will you share? Sawyer, Cooper, I don't have whole body listening and she's explaining it. Turn around, please. Thank you. Okay, now go back to the equation. Are we adding? Oh, okay. So when you said you added 4 and 2, I just wanted to clarify that. Where did you get the 4 and 2? So you knew that you have 4 on one side and 2 on the other, so length and width. So I saw you had an equation. What was your equation? And now, so she got 4 times 2 equals 8 because area equals length times width.
If you all could put your candy right outside your door, we have some fifth graders that will be coming around to weigh candy this afternoon.
Lori, don't lift that. It's so heavy. It'll hurt your back. It hurt. Okay, how now, Evie, how did you find, is there another way to figure out what 4 times 2 was? What did you do? Oh, I thought you said you added these up. Okay, can anyone tell me how I might figure that out? Elena. You could count by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8. And we could get our answer. Okay, let's try another one. And then you guys are going to do some tiling. There you go. Find the area of this very strange rectangle. Okay, guys, I have to encourage you. This is third grade. I do want you to know there's more than one way of finding area, but you should be writing a multiplication equation. So a lot of you are not. And I have come around and encouraged you to do it. Now I'm asking you to please do that. Okay? I want you to count, yes, because I want you to know that you can find area by counting. But I also think that this is for you to see that connection between the area, length and the width and how you find area. Because you're going to be expected to do that. Wait till the numbers get bigger and you're going to have to multiply. You won't be able to count them all. You're going to have to use multiplication. Yes, Mrs. Harrison. Ben, will you unmute and tell us the area and how you know? Hey, girls. Let's give Ben our time.
So I knew that the big long line was 9 squares, so I did 9 times 1 because spacing toward this way was only 1. So then I only did 1. So I did 9 times 9 equals 9.
I thought, can you tell me the multiplication equation that I would use to find that area?
9 times 1 equals 9.
Excellent. And don't forget your square inches. So I hope that you guys are all able to write those equations and then do the counting to check your work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Give a thumbs up if you agree with Ben. Keep your thumbs up if you used multiplication. Keep your thumbs up if you used both. You counted and used multiplication to double check your work. Very good. Awesome. Okay, so we are going to look at page 96 in our workbooks. At home, Serna, give me 1 minute. I'll be right there. If you can help her. In our workbooks, I have ripped out the page for us. At home, you guys might want to rip the page out because when we do this work, it's very difficult to do it when it's in the book because it falls all over the place. So if you can just rip out page 96, you'll find that it's a lot easier to do this work. You also will need the square inch tiles that I sent home in your brown bag and that I asked you to cut this morning. Remember I said you'll need about half of them? You'll need about 16 of them. So I'm going to pass out bags for my math students. You guys are going to use these. I already ripped it out for you, Sawyer. Page 96. I ripped it out. Oh, yeah, you guys? I ripped it out, I cleaned it down, and ripped it out. You know why you got to raise your hand if you did not get tiles. One more. Okay. Okay, so you are going to have this on a flat surface. This is going to help reinforce that idea of area and how it takes up space between the length and the width and the sides, right? So you're going to take your 1-inch tiles that you cut out. Haley, can I have your whole body listening? You with me? Okay. Do you have those 1-inch tiles? All right. We are going to use these. This is how you want to tile. You can pretend this is your bedroom floor. You can pretend it is a kitchen floor. You guys can be creative. But you're going to use these tiles to find the area. Then you're going to label the side lengths and find the area using multiplication. So you're going to do both. When you tile, you don't want to leave any space between your tiles, because if I do that in my kitchen, I'm going to have all kinds of crumbs and food and dog hair and cat hair all stuck between my tiles, right? So you want to make sure when you are tiling that your edges meet up and you don't have any spaces between them. Okay? I don't want to do it for you. I want you to do this. See if you can cover. You're going to go both ways. You're going to fill up that rectangle and then find the side lengths and then find the area. Okay, you've got a couple minutes. Let's do number 10. We're going to do number 10 first. You've done it already? And you ran out? No way. Raise your hand as Harrison and I can come back. Okay. You need more? That's so pretty.
I lost my paper.
Okay, then you're just gonna have to guesstimate, and then we'll go over it, okay? See by my picture if you can figure it out.
For something I didn't do, it just broke on its own. I wasn't. Hey.
Once you have your rectangle covered, see if you can find the side lengths and see if you can find the area. Don't forget the multiplication equation that you would use to find the area.
And you're blaming at school, you're blaming. What's in Myra's room?
All right. Anybody think they know the area of this first rectangle? Anybody at home? Even a guesstimate if you didn't have the tiles, the squares that I sent home. Okay. Who thinks they know the area here in class? Max, what do you think? So I'm going to make a quick array because of time. So he said there's 3 across, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 going down vertically. So we have a 6 by 3. I did not fill mine all in, but you know we would have them going straight down and across, right? So how many did you get all together, Max? He said the area was 18 square inches. How did you know? 6 times 3, and that should equal 18. So the area is 18. And then we could count by 3s. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. You could count by 6s. 6, 12, 18. So excellent. That is what we're looking for. We want you to label the sides. This side is 6 inches. Up here would be 3 inches. Write that multiplication equation that goes with area equals length times width and find the area. You have 3 more to solve. Go ahead and work at this at your own pace, and then I'll go over the answers in about 5 minutes. We'll see, maybe 4 more minutes, see if you can get it done. So go ahead and work on numbers 11, 12, and 13, and then we'll see how you did. So guys, I'm expecting that you actually write something. I don't want to see a blank page. I've shown you, I've done it, that's the expectation. Please make sure you're following those directions. That's how you learn. Okay. What is this one? Right. Go ahead and do that one. Good. This one. We're gonna check our work. Let's see how we did. Sit down, honey. I don't want that. All right. So Gavin, looking at number 11, what did you find? And I'm going to do a quick array. What was the length and width? Gavin, can you unmute and tell me the length and width of number 11? How many are across, Gavin? How many tiles across? Can you see, buddy? Three, okay. How many are down vertically? 4. So did you find the area?
Yeah,
What was it?
3 and 4.
No, the area is the number of tiles that you covered the entire rectangle with. So you have 2 ways to find area, Gavin. You could have counted them, or you could multiply, because area equals length times width. So now that I covered it, instead of doing a quick array, how many do you see? If this were my bathroom and I wanted to tile this floor, how many tiles would I need?
12.
12. So the area should have been 12 square inches. And what is the multiplication equation, Gavin, that I could use to find that?
You could use 3 times 4.
3 times 4 would work? All right, give a thumbs up if you agree with Gavin. How did we do out there in remote world?
Mrs.
Henry?
Robin,
Did you get that? Robert, did you get that?
I finished all of them.
So that's awesome, Robert. Then give me a thumbs up showing me that you got that if you did. Because we're checking our work. That's what we're doing too. Good job, Katie. Or whoever's thumb that is. Katie, you have such a big thumb. All right, Astria, looking good. All right, you only had 2 others. Katie, would you be willing to share with me what you got for number 12? What did you get for the area of that square?
I got
4.
Oh, I can't hear you. Probably because your headphones are plugged in.
I have 4.
Excellent. How do you know? The area is 4 square inches. How do you know? Okay. Nope. All right, Lyric, what were the side lengths for this square? Nope. How many going down? And how many across? Count. 1, 2, right? 2 by 2. So you should have said 2 times 2 equals. And then last but not least, what did we get for this one, Madison? Okay, and what was the area? Excellent. So you could count them or you could use multiplication. Nice job. How did we do? Let me see the thermometer. How'd we do on that? Now that you've checked your work. Keep your thumb up if you did the multiplication equation as well. That's what I was hoping for. Yay. Cooper, you got those? Awesome. All right, so we have a little bit of time. And if you recall, our learning target was that we are also going to solve some problems. So I just wanted to go over real quick. I'm going to let you work in breakout rooms for about 8 to 10 minutes to see how many you can complete. These are area word problems. So you have to remember you're doing area equals length times width. There is one on here that is a little confusing. We're going to do it together. So go ahead and turn in your math workbook. I believe it's page 97. You may put your tiles away. Good question. Your manipulatives can go back in your baggie, and I will collect those. Page 97. Okay, waiting for a couple of you to put your manipulatives away. And then get out page 97. Hold on to them and get out page 97. Okay, I see some of you are ready. So let's look at number 16 because 16 is a tricky one. It says Milo's rug has a length of 5 feet and an area of 40 square feet. What is the width of his rug? Okay, so let's think about that. They're not giving me the side lengths in this one. Here is the rectangle. I know that the length is 5 feet. I do not know what the width is, but I know that the inside equals 40. Does anybody have an idea of how I could find the width of this rectangle? Marin, how might I find the width if I know area equals length times width and the area is 40 and I know that the length is 5? How can I find that width? So if you did not hear Marin, she said you could just do 40 divided by 5, and that's how you could find the missing factor. Do you know how many 5s are in 40, Marin? She says 8. So now I could go back and say the width of his rug is 8 feet. So if you ever know the area and you have one side length, but you have to find the other, you can use the inverse operation to find that out. That's the only one like that is number 16. The rest are pretty straightforward. Let's do let's do one that has the word square in it because that's a little tricky. Let's look at number 15. The wading pool at Evans Park is shaped like a square. What do we know about a square? Ellie. A square has all 4 sides equal. So if I know it's a square, and it says that it has sides of 8 long, I know that all 4 sides are 8 feet long, right? Right? Because they're all the same. That's what Ellie just told us. Cooper, guys, nothing to see. Nothing to see. Look at here, please. So if I know all 4 sides equal 8, how would I find the area of that wading pool? How would I do it, Josh? Yes, 8 times 8, because area equals length times width. Now the problem is we haven't done our 8. So you may look up here. I ate and I ate and I got sick on the floor. 8 times 8 is 64. That's a good chance. We weren't able to meet our 8. I ate and I ate, so I got sick on the floor. 8 times 8 is 64. And our unit is feet, so it would be square feet. So just when you see any of these problems that have something about a square, number 19 says square, you know that all sides are going to be that length. Okay? All right, you are going to see if you can work on numbers 14, 17. You probably won't get through all these, but you never know. Everyone works differently. You are going to work with a partner in person, and you're going to work with a partner in breakout rooms. And I don't mind doing it. So see what you guys can get done. Do you want to, or do you want me to? You got it? You've got about 5 to 6 minutes. If you just get one done, that's okay, as long as you're working hard. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody? Why don't you go back to the floor when you were sorry? And you would have a more prepared? I got all there. Does anyone not have a partner? Oh, there you go. There you go. Okay. Are they about done? Yeah, we probably should. Those are really tough, the ones on the back. Well, what do you mean do it? Or, yeah, you can read it. Thank you. Wow, what a nice job getting quiet so quickly. I'm very excited. This is a proud teacher moment because as I walked around the room here, I saw light bulbs going off. Kids are getting it. I hope you felt that way in your breakout room. Let's do just a quick Wow, there it is. Let me quickly go over the answers and just see how you did for a quick check, and then we'll close up our lesson. You guys have worked so hard today. Nice job. So on the first one, the mattress has a length of 7 feet and a width of 6 feet. So I can picture 7 by 6. We know area equals length times width, so 7 times 6. We did 6s yesterday. What is the answer, Marin? 42, and that should have been square feet. So we already did the next two. Number 17, Lena wants to enclose a garden plot. This was tricky for some of us. Like, it only gave us one number, but you had to look carefully. You had to visualize. Each side of the garden will be 9 feet. Well, that has to be a special shape called a square, a special type of rectangle. So each side is 9, what did they say, feet? 9 feet. So if area equals length times width, then I have 9 times 9. We know our 9's trick. You should have gotten microphone answer. 81 square feet. And then a picture has a length of 6 inches and a width of 8 inches. 6 times 8 is, we learned it yesterday, 6 times 8 is 48. 48. Oh, you guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. Awesome. And I can't read the last one. My little. All right. A quilt square has sides that are 7 inches long. What is the area of the quilt square? Keyword is square. If you can't visualize that in your head, you want to draw a square. You know squares have 4 sides that are equal. So we know it's a 7 by 7. 7 times 7. We haven't learned that. Why do they do that? Some of us looked at the multiplication table, and 7 times 7 is 49 square inches. So I apologize that some of those aren't the ones we've done yet. I saw some people drawing pictures. Good strategy. All right. Nice job today. I hope that you are feeling good about solving area word problems. How about a quick fist of 5 as you head out, showing me how you are feeling about solving area word problems. Fist of 5. 5 being
Middle.
the best. 0. Talking about. Nice. Thank you, Robert. I see you, Astria. Haley's pretty proud. Jensen, you're not feeling very good about area, it looks like. Oh, you are. Okay, how about you, Katie? Katie's getting good at it. Robert, how are you feeling? 3, right? Henry, how are you feeling? Some 4s. You got it? Good job. Okay, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Gavin, do you have a question or are you stretching? In the middle, Gavin? All righty. Thank you, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Great work. Work on Think Central if you have some time. Lesson 2.2.